Romance is one of the most popular aspects of the Mass Effect franchise, and the love interests in its lineup are an impressive bunch. These characters are compelling, and getting to know them more intimately can reveal a whole new dimension to the games they feature in. Turians, Quarians, and Angarans might be limited to the world of virtual fiction, but if there's one thing Mass Effect romances are famous for, it's the fact that humans have a lot more flexibility when they can reach for love stories that matter. Welcome to Game Rant, everyone. I'm Bilal, and here's our ranking of the 10 best romances in the Mass Effect franchise. Kicking things off at number 10, we have Suvi Anwar. Suvi is a gentle presence on the Tempest, but her unassertiveness shouldn't be confused with insecurity. Suvi knows herself. Though Suvi's final romance scene cuts away before her precise orientation is made clear, the feelings she stirs in fans are quite bold as the unofficial ace romance. At number 9, Vetra Nyx. Players who started with the first Mass Effect will appreciate Vetra on a whole different level. In the wake of Garrus' success, Turians have been a fan-favorite species since the inception of the franchise. Vetra's not just any Turian though. She's street smart, protective of those she loves, and will go to any lengths for a rider she can trust. At number 8, Samantha Traynor. Samantha is smart, very funny, and an excellent comm specialist, making her an instant likable addition to the Mass Effect 3 lineup. Players who romance her are in for some of the wittiest flirts in the trilogy. She doesn't have a unique companion quest, but she plays an integral part on the Normandy, and she gets more involved in the Citadel DLC content than some other trilogy-spanning characters do. The only true downside to Sam is that she's only introduced in Mass Effect 3, and by this point, you've likely formed a strong bond with another character from Mass Effects 1 or 2. At number 7, we have Jack, aka Subject Zero. Jack is, in one word, angry. She had been hurt and used since childhood. By the time Shepard enters into her life, she owns her damage with a vengeance. Her uninhibited attitude shouldn't confuse players. If Shepard takes advantage of her fast and loose intimacy, she will categorize him as just another roll in the hay who doesn't truly care about her. Jack's romance isn't popular because of her trigger-happy and immodest attitude though. It's her incredible growth that makes her story so gripping. By Mass Effect 3, Jack is thriving just as she deserves. And while she doesn't need romance to grow into her own, male Shepard players who stand at her side won't be disappointed. At number 6, Thane Krios. Thane's romance is not for the faint of heart. This surprisingly balanced assassin comes with a lot of heavy stories attached. His romance takes players into a space of emotional intensity, and part of that comes from the fact that he's living on borrowed time. Thane's placid wisdom is magnetic, but what makes his romance popular is that Shepard is his second chance at love when he expected to die alone. Players who want to explore themes of healing after loss, grieving, and faith will find this enigmatic Drell of the Shadows with an irresistible draw. At number 5, Ja'al Amadarov. This aspiring warrior may give players the first impression that he's difficult to win over, and a little digging into Ja'al's background suggests his romantic experience is distressingly limited. Players who choose his romance anyway will be disabused of both notions in short order. Not only is he unfailingly romantic, but his past traumas all stay in the past. For players who want a paramour who is openly loving and loyal, it doesn't get better than Ja'al. At 4th place, we have Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Tali's romance is easily one of the most compelling ones in the trilogy's lineup. Romancing her doesn't steal the spotlight from her incredible journey as a member of the Migrant Fleet. It makes the epic Quarian saga a deeply personal matter for players. Part of Tali's allure is how mysterious she and the Quarians are, but it's players who accept the ambiguity and choose to empower her who will enjoy the romance the most. In Mass Effect 2 and 3, Tali is much more uncompromising about her loyalty to her people. Players who choose her will discover she's as passionate about Shepard as she is about solving the Geth problem. At 3rd place, we have Liara Tassoni. Many players decide to embrace eternity with Liara, and she gives them quite a few great reasons to consider her one of the best romances in the Mass Effect franchise. She's the companion who goes that extra mile for Shepard, refusing to allow anything to stand in their way. Liara changes more than most in the trilogy's lineup. and helping her come into her own in the Shadow Broker DLC in Mass Effect 2 makes her one of the most formidable allies Shepard has. Her romance arc also changes and matures compared to her gushing admiration in the first game, and it's more reserved than others in some ways. Taking second place, Garrus Vakarian. Garrus Vakarian is the embodiment of ride or die, and that applies whether Shepard is his comrade or his paramour. His story is about learning leadership from the best, and that can be a full renegade or paragon Shepard, or a more situational paragrade one. His moral character may seem alien in its flexibility, but his romancers know better than most that Garrus is consumed by the inadequacy of conventional justice. But for those who are enchanted by him on a deeper level, empowering him with the right tools and attitudes to put vengeance aside and really make a difference creates a bond between him and Shepard like no other. And taking the number 1 spot, Miranda Lawson. Miranda was, quite literally, engineered for perfection, but that's not why she earns the top slot as the best romance in the Mass Effect franchise. The looks and brains designed by her father don't protect her from facing constant challenges, and genetics don't guarantee the personal growth Miranda undergoes nor the grit she displays. Another reason why Miranda's romance stands out is that her personal quests reflect the fact that she believes in meaningful change for everyone. As such, she's only interested in the guy who makes a difference, not the one who is stuck on the superficial status quo. The stakes are high wherever she's involved, and players who romance her will feel like they're not just saving the galaxy or their love interest, they're actively making the galaxy a better place at her side. And that's our ranking of the best romances in the Mass Effect franchise. Thanks for watching.